My name is Tina Reese, T-I-N-A-R-E-E-S-E. And first I'd like to thank the Arlington Police Department for inviting me here. And I also want to praise their efforts to increase the DWI enforcement. On September 1st this year, I picked up my son like normal from daycare. And little did I know it wouldn't be quite a normal day for us. As I picked him up, we talked about what had happened that day. We drove towards home so he could get ready for football practice. We're driving through a residential area, approximately about 3 blocks from my home. I come up to a 4-way stop. I stopped, I looked all ways, proceeded in an intersection, and at that time, that's about all I remember. A drunk driver came speeding through, approximately 60, 70 miles an hour, hit us broadside, ran the stop sign. I don't remember much. I did awake for a brief moment. During that time, I could just see the side airbags waving and the glass had all been broken out. I couldn't move. He'd crushed my side of the car, so I was crushed into the car. I sustained several abdominal injuries and I broke my neck in a couple places. I turned around to try to find my son. He was sitting in the back seat where he always was, in the middle. He was still strapped in. He was unconscious. Blood was coming from his mouth. And I couldn't reach him because I couldn't free myself from the car. And that's all I remember. The next thing I knew, I was waking up from surgery and such on GPS. They told me my son wasn't doing well. He'd sustained several internal injuries that couldn't be fixed. He couldn't breathe any longer on his own. He was on a respirator. So at that point, the hospital was kind enough to put me in an ambulance and take me to Cook's Children's where he was, so I could be with him and kiss him and hug one last time when they took the respirator. This is my son. He's 10 years old. He was the light of my life. He was a great kid. Most people that know TJ knows that he wasn't anywhere without a smile. He loved to play basketball. He loved to play outside. So now my house is very empty. I go home, there's no laughter. There's no one playing. I hear the school buses that he should be on. He's not. I hear the kids across the street at the elementary school where he was. And I know he's not there anymore. I think if people would think before getting in the car, drinking and driving, what it could do to a family, they would think twice. I'm sure this driver had no idea what would happen that day, but you wouldn't think in an area that the speed limit's 30 miles an hour that a crash would happen that would cause a fatality either. People have to be more aware. They can't get in the car, they can't drink, they can't drive. They need to have a designated driver. My son will never see prom, will never get to play another football game, never get to play basketball again. I have an older daughter who was 18, who during this time had to step up and arrange a funeral for her 10-year-old brother because I couldn't. I was in the hospital. I sustained injuries that kept me there for about 6 weeks. I was able to go on a pass to at least attend his funeral. But it's been very hard. Many of the kids in our neighborhood, I was 3 blocks from home, saw the accident and knew it was TJ. So it's affected their schools. The kids are there as well. So I just hope the efforts that they're doing, and maybe my story will touch one family or one person who decides to get in the car and drink and drive and save another little boy or little girl from what my son experienced and what my family's experienced. Thank you.